From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
It's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yo,
Doritos out here causing problems for people in the streets.
what happened?
You guys all see this?
In the streets.
Deepa, Shem,
No.
you guys see all this?
What the hell happened?
on the streets?
No.
What's going on in the streets with
So,
Doritos?
due to
they
inflation,
Yeah.
Doritos bags will now have 5 fewer chips.
How do they count that? Because I didn't think that there was a specific amount in a bag of Doritos.
Thank you.
It's by weight, is it not? I
Thank
guess they
you.
cut the weight. That weight equals 5 chips. I imagine, right?
So right now, a bag, or previous to the change, a bag would weigh 9.75 ounces.
Yeah. Hey, who licks a Dorito before they eat it?
That's nasty, bro. I don't know what
Never.
you're talking
No.
about. What?
No. Okay.
What?
Yeah. Okay, I'm just
No.
saying. No. Okay.
Do you?
No. I don't. But I've seen people that do that.
Hold on, time out.
Where
You
they?
lick a
Wait.
phone. You
What?
lick your phone to clean it.
Yeah, we're talking Doritos here. No need to bring up my other history.
No, but I'm saying you
Who the hell wanted to talk about me licking my phone?
brought
Nobody.
up licking a Dorito. And
Nobody did. Nobody. Not one single person
but I'm
made that
saying-
connection except for you.
No, but I'm saying you made it seem like it was nasty.
No.
And you're the dude that
Have you
licks
been
his phone.
sitting? You've been sitting there all morning waiting for me to say something so you can say something hurtful.
Listen, bro, man. Says the guy who brings up my divorce every 3 seconds.
Facts. Yo, the battle's on now.
I know.
Yo, forget Doritos.
I know.
It's Roz versus Shem right now.
Love you, buddy.
Please. Broken marriage like the broken bits of Dorito in the bottom of a bag. Yeah, that's why Shem only eats half.
Oh my God! Shem, you're thinking his life right now.
I got a song for you, buddy, coming up. Don't you worry.
Okay, so what happened?
So anyway, they're calling this, and you're gonna love this. I know Maury loves this more
Yeah.
than anyone.
Okay.
They're calling this shrinkflation.
Excuse me.
A number of brands have been doing the shrinkflation thing. It's when a food product costs the same, but the packaging looks the same. The packaging looks the same, but you just get less of it, right? Other companies are doing this. So, damn it, Maury's hanging out in the grocery store in the chip aisle and finding people to talk to about shrinkflation and to get their thoughts on the fact that Doritos is now selling bags of chips with 5 less chips in them.
You're standing in the aisle alone at a grocery store asking to talk to strangers about shrinkage? Brother, come on now.
Roz, it doesn't look like I ate enough to save the company that much money. Whatever you say, I am still your best spud. Hey, chip, chip, hooray. This is a real appealing story. What's your name?
Vaughn Klinzik.
Vaughn, they are calling this shrinkflation. You heard the story. What are your thoughts? 5 less chips per bag of Doritos.
I agree with the concept. To cut costs, improve profits, I'm all for it.
But as the chip lover, I want my 5 chips.
I agree, but we also have a weight problem here in Canada.
Why are you looking at me like that?
You're actually not bad. My wife is a huge Doritos fan, and as I walk up back now to talk to her, I'm going to inform her of this. And
Oh, no.
She might be brokenhearted.
She might get a little salty. See, because it's chip, salty.
The chip, I got it.
Once you've heard the news, how upset are you that you're going to get 5 less Doritos chips per bag?
No, I don't really care. It's just chips.
Oh.
Really, I don't care.
5 less chips. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are this. Reduce the size of the bag. The bag's full of air. That's where I leave it. Greener society. Recycle the bag. Even when you're done eating, use the bag to pick up your dog poop. Or use it as a flag. That's what I say. But put the more chips in the bag. Look, I never get pissed off. The only time I get pissed off is when somebody's burping while I'm eating my chips. At the end of the day, if it's going to help the world, 5 less chips, maybe it's good for my waistline because God knows I need to do more sit-ups.
Liam, I caught you buying some Doritos, so when it comes to you buying chips, I am just a spectator.
That's fantastic.
Okay, question for you. What are your thoughts on getting 5 less chips per bag?
Got to boycott the brand immediately.
Oh.
Completely unacceptable. We're going to Pringles.
Okay, you heard the story. 5 less chips per bag of Doritos. You look outraged. What is your thoughts?
I don't eat Doritos much, but I feel like that's going to be quite unfair to people who eat Doritos to get less chips because of more money. I feel like it's not the best because I'm sure the packaging is going to look the same and everything. You're not going to know that you're getting 5 less chips. So,
what do you think this will do to society?
People might start counting their chips, interestingly, or people might just stop buying Doritos and try to make it at home because now people have a lot of time on their hands and find that they can make stuff. So
this is a very appealing story. You heard about this. What are your thoughts? 5 less chips per bag.
Well, I think if you look at a chip bag, you're already getting about maybe 60% air in every chip bag. If you're taking away 5 chips, I'm going to say you're probably left with maybe 20 chips. You're eating, what, a chip every 5 seconds? You got about 2 minutes of chips.
Wow, math.
Not enough.
Straight up.
5 less chips could cause arguments and fights between roommates and house parties.
I agree. I
House
think
party fights.
ultimately it's a chip crisis.
Chip crisis. Shem, you probably wouldn't even know that there's 5 less chips because you don't get to eat a whole bag because half of it goes to your ex,
wow,
right?
There it is.
Oh my God, Ron!
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I got to play this for you guys. This lady went on TikTok to tell the story of a Tinder date that she went on, and it went horribly wrong after the guy that she agreed to meet in the middle of the day showed up in something you wouldn't expect to see someone wearing when meeting for the very first time. Okay?
Yeah.
I'll let her tell the first part.
I decided to start dating. And so I got on Tinder and I matched with a guy and he says, I want to see you today and we'll just meet for coffee. I'm like, okay, cool. And mind you, I was a teacher at the time, so I'm wearing professional clothing. And as I'm driving to this coffee place, he texts me and he goes, I think you'll like my jammies. And I text back,
excuse me?
Ha ha ha, because I think he's joking. So I'm there at the coffee shop, and he is wearing pajamas. He is wearing SpongeBob SquarePants flannel pants and giant wolf slippers. And I give him a hug because that's polite. So I hug him, and we sit down.
So she agrees to meet this guy, right? And for coffee.
During the day.
Work day. Yeah, and she's dressed professionally because she's a teacher. And he sends her this text saying, hey, I think you're going to like my jammies. And she's just like, oh, haha, whatevs. Totally joking. And he's legit wearing jammies. By the way, you could text us if you've ever shown up to a date, like first date especially, and the person was not wearing what you would, perceive to be appropriate for a first date.
I always okay. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. I want you to, because there's a little bit more to
okay,
this.
play. Okay, I need to know. I need to know what happens.
It gets a little bit more awkward. Okay.
Yeah.
And I see 3 of my current students walk in.
Oh God.
And the whole time I'm thinking, they know I'm on a date with a guy wearing giant wolf paw slippers. And he tells me a lot about Thor and Loki and how he's reshaping that to be better than the Marvel series and his series. And then at the end of the day, I say politely, it was really nice to meet you, but I don't think I'm interested. And he tells me, bitch, I wouldn't have driven all this way and worn my best wolf slippers if I'd known that it was going to end like this.
Oh, wow.
Real quick, somebody just texted and said, I went on a date once and the guy dressed up as Spider-Man.
Like with the mask?
I don't know. Feel free to follow up. With a mask or without?
We got to get her on.
Not that matters. Not that matters if
I'm going
it's
to
with
say,
a
if
mask
you're
or
going to dress
without.
up as Spider-Man, you got to do the full outfit. I'm going to say with a mask.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I agree. I always wonder, though, if these people are just trolls, and I'm not saying she's making it up. What I mean is that these guys, I think that guys just go on Tinder dates and they trip people up and they deliberately do this stuff for whatever reasons, for a prank or for it to go viral or because they're bored or because whatever, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Like, who does that?
Apparently, this guy who thinks that he could go and rewrite Loki and Thor, and make it bigger and better.
Maybe he's just nuts. I don't know.
Hi, it's Roz and Mocha. What do you want to say?
I went on a date. This was a couple of years ago, and we met up for a coffee at a Tim's.
Yeah.
And he pulled up in a van next to me, and I happened to glance over, and he had a full-on Spider-Man costume.
Oh, okay. You're the Spider-Man. Okay. So Spider-Man costume, like Spider-Man with a mask or Spider-Man without a mask?
You know those hoodies for kids where you pull it all the way up? And
and then you can zip up the front? Yeah.
He came in that.
No.
So, I was nervous to get out, but I ended up getting out. He got out, and I'm like, can I actually see your face?
Yeah.
He pulled down laughing, and he's like, this is what I look like. And I'm like, okay. He's like, but I think Spider-Man looks better, and zips it up. I'm like, I quickly text my sister. I'm like, hey, can you, bail me out of the Spider-Man date? She's like, what? I'm like, I'll explain later.
So you didn't make out with him, though?
Oh, God, no.
Oh, okay.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So we're just talking about this woman who went on TikTok to tell a story of a date she once went on a while ago. A guy that she met on Tinder. They agreed to meet up at a coffee shop during the daytime. She's a teacher. So in her story, she just says that she was dressed very professionally, shows up at this coffee shop, and the guy was wearing SpongeBob SquarePants pajamas and wolf slippers. And it was so embarrassing for her because the coffee shop was near the school that she teaches at. 3 of her students walked in and saw her, and they knew she was on the date.
Correct.
And this guy then, throughout their date, continued to talk about his obsession with Thor and Loki, the TV show, and how he would rewrite it to make it better than what Marvel gave to all of us.
Yes.
Needless to say, they didn't go out again. And we're getting texts. I think I dated the same guy. I went on a blind date with a guy who spent the entire time telling me about Marvel movies.
What's wrong with that, though?
I went out on a date once, reads another text, and he dressed up as one of those inflatable dinosaurs.
Oh, God.
I showed up on a date where the guy was wearing nothing but his boxer shorts and an undershirt. I think they call them A-shirts now.
Like he had just fallen out of his bedroom window?
Probably. I went on a date once with a guy who showed up for dinner in old sweatpants and a hoodie, also old raggedy sandals with no socks in the middle of winter.
Okay, yeah, I get it. Hold on,
let's go to the phones real quick.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hey, it's Sasha. So I met this guy in my 20s. It was a setup for my sister. Basically, he was in real estate, really well-dressed guy, very manly. We go to eat at a restaurant, and he tells me that I like to wear men thongs. And I just laughed it off, thinking it's a joke. And then he flashes me with a bright orange thong at a restaurant while we're eating.
Hold on, like he stood up to show you, or did he look at this and
No,
try to
like
seriously show you?
He lowered his pants, and I was petrified because I was as good as Deepa in my 20s. You can imagine.
So what happened? How far into the date did he show the thong, and how much more time?
We were talking about working out. We both used to go to the gym, and I'm like, that's great. And he's like, yeah, and I like to wear fitted clothes. I'm like, that's cool. And he goes, yeah, and would it be awkward if I tell you I wear men thongs? And I'm like, haha, jokes, because I didn't know men did that, because, again, I was a diva.
Yeah.
And then he flashes me, and I was petrified. I went home, and then, my mom knew about it, and she's like, how did the date go? I'm like, I can't talk about it. I was, for, 2 weeks, I couldn't talk about it.
So when he showed you his thong, did he stand up and turn around and show you the back, like the actual thong part, or did he just pulled up the side?
Just the band.
It was the side view, and I'm sure Maury wants to know, but yeah, it was the side view.
Okay.
The restaurant saw the side view.
I got you.
And I was like, I need to go home now.
So you didn't stick around to see the rest of the thong.
No, never.
Oh, no. And now that you are no longer a Deepa and you're sort of you know what's going on in the world, have your feelings towards men in thongs changed at all?
No, not gonna lie, it has not.
I'll have you know, they're very comfortable.
Well, this is the thing: is women wear them because they swear by them.
Yeah.
You don't get panty line also, right? But they I know they're very comfortable, right?
I wouldn't freak out. But my husband doesn't wear it, thank God, and I'm happy. And to each their own.
Yeah. You ever put a thong on, Mocha?
Never.
No? It's actually not that
That's
bad.
not true.
Really?
On the Roz and Mocha show, we wore thongs.
We did? On this
Men's
show?
thong. We came
God,
in
we've done some stupid things on this show, man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
There's a Pamela Anderson clip in there that I want to play. So Pam Anderson making her Broadway debut. Pam Anderson is set to play Roxy Hart in a new version of Chicago. The 8-week engagement is set to start April 12th. So Pam Anderson on Broadway. Here's Pam Anderson talking to GMA.
Well, I need a challenge. I need to do something. I needed this. I needed this. You know, I've been kind of gone for a little while, and I'm back.
You need a challenge. There were a couple of other options you probably could have gone with. You didn't just do Broadway. You're taking on an iconic role on Broadway. And we were talking a second ago. You were a little intimidated at some point, but you got over it. You got past it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I like this feeling. I like that kind of dangerous, crazy feeling like you can't do something and then you surprise yourself. I mean, you don't know what you're capable of until you try it. And so that's what I'm really curious about is what can I actually do? Because I kind of haven't applied myself to much in my life except for my children and my, anyway. But
Stop this for a second. Hey, Maury, is the Roxy Hart character, is that a big character in Chicago?
Roxy Hart is the star. She's the one that, spoiler alert, shoots her husband, but thinks that...
Spoil Chicago. I don't think you need to say spoiler alert before Chicago.
What if I plan on watching that sometime soon?
What's the big song?
Oh, there's All That Jazz.
Yeah, how does that go?
Oh, okay. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Okay, I'm gonna rouge my knees, I'm gonna da-da-da, and all that jazz. Start the car, I know a whoopee spot, and all that jazz.
Spoiler alert.
What does rouge my knees mean?
I guess you're on your knees and you're scuffing your knees because you're on your knees. I'm gonna rouge my knees.
Why are you on your knees?
Sing it again.
I'm going to rouge my knees. I'm going to wear my stockings down and all that jazz.
Excuse me? That can't be the line.
Yeah.
I'm going to rouge my... Can you pull the lyrics up? Okay, what other parts do you know? All that jazz lyrics. Keep going, Maury.
Okay. I'm going to rouge my knees, wear my stockings down and all that jazz. And all that jazz. Start the car. I know a whoopee spot and all that jazz. Did you find them?
Okay, so...
How does it start? What's the first line?
5, 6, 7, 8.
No, after that.
Come on, babe, why don't we paint the town?
Yeah. Come on, babe, why don't we paint the town?
And all that jazz.
Okay. All that jazz. I'm
Okay.
going to... Yeah?
I'm going to rouge my knees and roll my stockings down.
Yeah.
And all that jazz. Start the car.
I know a
whoopee spot.
See, I ain't wrong.
Where the gin is cold, but the
and
piano's hot.
But he goes, hot. Yeah, go on.
It's just a noisy hall.
Where the nightly brawl and all
where
that
there's
jazz.
a nightly brawl and all that jazz.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, now do it from the top, Maury. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Start the car. I know a whoopee spot.
No, that's not the beginning.
Oh, what's the first line?
Come on, babe.
Come on, babe. I know a whoopee spot.
No! Come on, babe. Why don't we paint the town and all that jazz?
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I got to play you this 911 call. Somebody was pissed off at Kentucky Fried Chicken, so they called 911. Have you ever called 911? You ever had to call 911 in your life?
Never.
You ever spoke to a 911 operator? Anybody else on the show ever called 911? Chef, you have.
I have.
For what? Can you say?
Yeah, I can
Was
say.
it warranted?
Oh, yes.
Oh, it was.
It definitely was. Yeah. I got beat up. It's a long story.
Aw, dude.
Oh, why'd you have to say? Why'd you go? I know, but you didn't.
Yo, where are these guys? Where are these people now? Did anything happen to them?
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you know who they are?
No, I don't know.
You don't know.
No.
Should we find out?
No. Did 911 come or they didn't come?
They did.
They did. Yeah.
They needed to.
Okay.
I called 911 on our neighbors.
You called 911 on your neighbors?
Maury snitches all the time.
Were they beating the hell out of Shem?
Yeah, you're welcome.
Have you ever had to call?
No.
911?
I don't remember. Maybe.
No.
You don't remember
I
if you
don't
called
know.
911.
No.
That's something you never forget.
I forget a lot more.
He doesn't remember what happened 2 hours ago.
I really
to remember life.
Deepa, have you ever called 911, Deepa, for anything?
Nope,
No,
never in my life.
No. Have you ever accidentally? I remember when I was a kid, I accidentally called 911.
They call you
time.
right back.
Yeah, but when they call you back, like if it was on the home phone, the one thing I remember about calling 911, and I've never forgot this, when you accidentally call 911 and it went through before I hung up. When they called back, when the phone rang, it was one continuous ring.
There was not like a ring pause.
No.
For 2 seconds, ring pause.
It was one continuous ring.
So you know you had to answer. Because if you don't.
Yeah, before my mom.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
exactly. So anyway, so this woman calls 911 because KFC screwed up her order and she now needed what?
Yeah, go on. You always hear these stories.
Yeah.
In the States where people call because of a fast food incident.
Yeah, well, you don't know. Okay, woman needed help. That's what 911's for, isn't it?
So
KFC screwed up order, does her best to try and get somebody to come in and fix the situation.
Please dispatch.
Yes, I'm at KFC. Okay. And I came here earlier and I bought some chicken for $25.99, which should have been 8 pieces. I only got 4 pieces of chicken in here.
Damn.
And the manager gonna say he packed the bag, but I only got 4 pieces of chicken. And I want my chicken.
Okay, that's going to be more of a civil matter. You'd have to take it up with management and then maybe someone above him. There's not much the police can do about it.
So you can't help me get my chicken.
I mean, I could send someone over to talk to you.
To talk to me, they should be talking to them. They see people out there food.
Right? I'm telling you, sometimes it's warranted, right?
Yeah, absolutely. This time it was.
If it was 2 pieces,
yeah,
that's not a 911 call. When you order 8 and they give you 4, that's a 911 call.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Y'all, we have not played this game in forever.
This is 5 in 7.
Oh my God.
A fan favorite, by the way.
Welcome to it. This is 5 in 7. Very simple. We will ask Dammit Maury to name 5 things. He has 7 seconds to name those 5 things. Dammit Maury.
Yes.
I assume you're ready.
Always.
Mocha, you will be. Don't do that voice more. When I'm doing
it came
like
out
that's
wrong.
clearly
Sorry,
my
no,
thing.
it came
I know,
out
but it was
wrong.
clearly my thing. Like I was clearly doing that.
Okay. Yeah,
like,
always.
Don't do like.
So you're telling me not to be me?
No. Yes.
Winning.
Thank you.
Fast game.
Mocha will be the official judge and timekeeper. Again, this is the easiest game. It is. We will ask Dammit Maury to name 5 things. He has 7 seconds to name those 5 things. Dammit Maury, are you ready?
Yeah.
Maury, aside from licking, name 5 things you need your tongue for.
Okay, you need your tongue for tasting, you need your tongue for licking, you need your tongue for,
Loser.
Hey man, did he say at the beginning, aside from licking? And the second thing he said was licking.
Would have taken talking.
do you use it for that?
For talking?
Yeah, I guess so. I assume that was mostly
I
your
guess
lips
so.
job. Okay.
What? No, man.
You think talking's all lips?
But I didn't know if the tongue actually does much.
Try and talk right now without using your tongue. So put your tongue in the bottom of your mouth.
Okay.
Don't move it.
Okay. Hey, how's it going?
No, you're still using your tongue.
Say, this is the Roz and Mocha Show.
This is the Roz
I can hear your tongue moving.
Yeah.
We can all hear your tongue
No,
moving.
that's the sound. I'm pushing it down.
No,
That's
but keep
very
it there.
moist,
Keep
too.
it there. I know. Why is your mouth so wet?
So gross.
Okay, moving along. Oh for 1. Dammit Maury, name 5 striped animals.
Zebra. Stripes. Oh, skunk. Stripes. Pelican.
Loser.
I have never seen a striped pelican in my entire life.
Would have taken zebra or zebra, depending on your pronunciation. Skunk, tigers, hyenas, snakes, chipmunks.
Peacock.
Well, no, not
man.
at all. Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Peacock. No. Okay, moving along. Dammit Maury.
Yeah.
Name 5 foods in French.
Hamburger. Frites. Jus.
Excuse me.
Jus.
Spell that last one. J-I what?
No, jus. J-I-U-S-S.
What is that?
Juice.
Huh?
Juice.
Juice.
Juice?
Juice.
Juice.
And the first one he said, hamburger. All you did was roll the R.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Moving on. Damn it, Maury.
I got frites.
No, sure. Yeah, we'll give you frites. Okay, freedom frites. Damn it, Maury. Name 5 things you can hear but cannot touch.
Loser. Sorry. Wrong one. Sorry. That was my bad. Okay, ask the question again.
Damn it, Maury. Name 5 things you can hear but cannot touch.
Okay, your neighbor. Hold on. Can I?
Loser.
Okay, what if...
Oh, no, give me take 2.
No, what if you got take 2?
No, because I was going to say song.
Okay, would have accepted voice, thunder. I would have even said a fart. Music, or you literally just could have said...
You can touch a fart.
You could have just said sound and ended the whole thing in one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, and finally, last one here. Damn it, Maury, are you ready? Okay, damn it, Maury, name 5 words that rhyme with balloon.
Oh, spittoon. Balloon, spittoon, cartoon.
Loser.
Also would have accepted a tycoon, typhoon, saloon, cartoon, and yes, spittoon.
Baboon.
Baboon.
Yay!
Yeah, another striped animal, by the way. Baboon.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you play Roz and Mocha's 5 in 7.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Canada's Got Talent premieres tonight at 8 on City. I don't know if you saw this. Howie Mandel tweeted yesterday.
Howie Mandel, one of the judges, by the way.
Yes, one of the judges. Thank you. He tweeted, "Comedy is tough." And what he retweeted was the interview that Damn It Maury did with Howie Mandel. And I've never heard an interview like sort of start off on a more awkward note than Maury's interview with Howie Mandel. So before we get to the jokes, because Maury, of course, has to audition for Howie Mandel, this is how things started with Maury and Howie.
Buddy, how are you?
I don't know. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, no.
I said I don't know. I'm not an expert.
But I can't answer for you.
I did answer. I don't know.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we have for today. Amazing.
Okay. Okay, so
Boy didn't know how to get out of that conversation.
Okay, so that's how it all started with Howie. And then this comes to the justification of Howie's tweet, which was, quote, "Comedy is tough." That was from the great Howie Mandel.
Okay, so as one of the judges on Canada's Got Talent, obviously I'm not a contestant, but can I try out a couple of jokes with you? Because I am the funny guy on the Roz and Mocha Show. So I thought I'd test out a few jokes on you to see if maybe I get the golden buzzer.
Don't include us.
What's the smartest insect?
Go ahead.
A spelling bee.
Are you holding for a laugh?
I'll hold all day.
Well, I think it's going to take a couple of weeks.
Okay, name the kind of tree you can hold in your hand.
A palm tree?
No, just say I don't know.
Oh, I don't. I love that you're telling me how to do it. I don't know.
A palm tree.
But I was right.
I know, but I don't want you to give you that. Like, I should have the punchline.
I love that I had the punchline and then now we're arguing about it. That's what makes this funny. But this is great. I mean, I'll tell you something. You will be if this was a birthday party for an 8-year-old, this would be a huge hit. Go ahead.
Where did the music teacher leave her keys?
And I say, where?
Oh, where? Yeah, and I go in the piano.
Because piano keys.
That's right. So if I did that on the show, what would happen?
I think the same thing that happened right here.
No wonder he retweeted that. Big up Howie Mandel. Yo, that is amazing.
Comedy is tough.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Canada's Got Talent debuted last night.
Oh, how was it?
On City TV.
Too late for me.
It was awesome.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, the show looked great.
How was Cardi? Was he mean?
I didn't find him mean.
No?
And I don't know if maybe
Give it
like
time.
later in the show, later in the series, because you had been mentioning that the rumors, because he even acknowledged on his Instagram.
Oh, he loves it. Don't even.
That he's the mean one, right?
He loves it.
But we had, talented people from right across the country take part in last night's episode. But there's one that I want to play for you. It's this 14-year-old girl named Shay. She's from Vancouver. And she tells this story of how she lives in Vancouver with her mom. Her father lives in China because he's working out there. So they're not able to be together as a family. But she's still close to him, and she talks to him whenever she can, right? And she has this bond with her dad. And she goes up to sing this song, Like My Father. Bro, and she's 14
Okay.
years
I always
old.
get blown away by
Okay?
this. Okay. Yeah. Hit
Listen
me.
to this. And this is her on the guitar, by the way, as well. 14-year-old Shay from Vancouver.
I wanna come home to roses and dirty little notes on post-its. And when my hair starts turning gray, you'll sing like a fine wine, better with age. I guess I learned it from my parents that true love starts with friendship. A kiss on the forehead, a day night, fake an apology after a fight. I need a man who's patient and kind, gets out of the car and holds the door. I wanna slow dance in the living all night. We're 18 and senior prom and we're all with someone who makes me feel young. I need a man who loves me right. My father loves my mom, and if you listen to my father,
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
teach our daughter what it's like to love a queen. She should know she's royalty.
And then the crowd goes wild. So at this point, Cardi has a look of shock on his face. Howie has a look of shock on his face, Howie Mandel. Trish Stratus, another judge, is starting to well up. Lily Singh, the other judge, she looks like she's about to burst into tears. And this 14-year-old from Vancouver, her name is Shay, on Canada's Got Talent last night, just blows everybody away. And her mom, they show shots of her mom standing at side stage with just tears running down
Obviously,
her
they
face.
sent her through.
So they get to Howie, who takes over the entire thing and says this.
You have an amazing voice.
Thank you so much.
You know, there are people much older than you that come on this stage and can't deliver. You know, they can't, you rose to the occasion and you rose beyond your years. You are standing there, you have the poise of somebody twice your age.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
So then Howie walks over to the golden buzzer.
Oh, give her the golden buzzer.
And she goes on to
good
the
for
next
her.
round. The lights change. There's confetti. Her mom walks out on stage with her. They hug. They're both crying. Everyone's crying at this point.
Good for her.
Yo, they had another guy, this guy from Quebec. He's a nurse, right?
Yeah.
And he's playing the violin.
Yeah.
But his gimmick was...
That's what?
So, while playing the violin...
Yeah.
He starts off with like a step ladder balanced on his chin, right?
Shut up.
It's
Yeah.
like 4-step step ladder,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, oh, wow, cool. So then they bring out an even bigger ladder with like 9 steps.
Right.
That he bounces on his chin, all while playing the violin.
So his talent is that he violins while balancing ladders on his face?
Yeah.
Come on.
Anyway, that was such a great moment from Canada's Got Talent last
like
night.
that.
Loved it.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The grabber drama continues in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, it's actually, I think it might be done. So in 2017, we talked to Lauren Grabber. His last name is spelled Grabher. And for years, he had a vanity license plate on his car that simply read Grabher, Grabber. And then that became a problem because they thought that it was inappropriate. People would take it the wrong way, reading grab her. Of course, you don't want anybody to feel that way. Right. And then they told him he couldn't use the license plate anymore. So this has been an ongoing fight. And I think that what's happened is that the Supreme Court has just said that they will not hear the appeal from Lauren Grabber. So I actually think it might be done. But he was, if you remember, when we talked to him in 2017, he was busted up about this.
Big time. Hey, Lauren, how you doing? It's Roz and Mocha again.
Not too bad. I'm getting along pretty good.
Okay, so the Supreme Court said that they will not hear your appeal on your vanity plate, and as with the Supreme Court, and as it always is, they didn't even give a reason why they won't hear your appeal, right?
Right.
So is this done now? Are you done, you think?
Well, yeah, as far as the courts go, I mean, it's a done deal. I mean, to be very honest with you, we know this outcome was going to come because, far as I'm concerned, the courts today are not there for the law. It's all political.
Do you not understand, though, in why this would be, like, do you get the other side of the argument at all? Why they wouldn't want you to have that license plate?
Yes and no. I mean, one minute, they like they said in court, we know it's your name, but we're going by the word.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, personally to me, that's a little bit ridiculous because what if your name was Hiscock?
Yeah, they're not going to let you put that on a license plate either.
You know, so what the government is trying to tell me, anything that the government owns, their property, you're not allowed to do with it.
No, not necessarily, because it's the perception from other people who may not know that that is your last name, right? Like, understandably, you've had that license plate for 30 years up until they took it away from you, but it's the perception of reading those words or those letters in to make up that word without knowing that that's actually your last name, right?
Okay, that's fine. I'll go along with you there. But okay, what about Grabber Tire?
What's that?
It's a tire. It's named Grabber.
Oh, Grabber. But that's still the same thing. If you put Grabber Tire, I'm sure that would be fine. But it's just the fact that you just wanted Grabber.
Right. But, you know, like, I mean, I think sometimes used people may get a misconception of the whole thing, too. Mm-hmm. That one person can upset the apple cart for no reason. Mm-hmm. And then what gets me is they say I can put it all over my car, and that's all right. So I don't scare anybody away.
I remember the last time we talked to, having a name like, Grabber, I'm sure, over the years you've had to deal with just the comments and everything else. And aside from the negative ways that it could be taken, just slapped on a license plate, I remember that there was another part of this, which is you felt hurt because even though you could laugh at a last name, you were proud of your last name. You were proud of your family. And there was that sort of aspect of it as well, right?
Right. I mean, I'm still very proud of it. I mean, nobody's ever going to be able to take that away from me or take it away from my children whatsoever. This is their name, and we should be proud of it.
Do you have supporters out there in Nova Scotia, Lauren?
Let's put it this way. There's a population in Nova Scotia now of 1 million people, and I would say I have 99% in my favor.
Based on
all the statistics they've done, all the pollings that they've done. Every time it went to court, and especially with women, if I was in the grocery store or whatever, and they see me, and it was verified that who I was, they were saying, this is so ridiculous. Mm-hmm. We're behind you 100%.
Hey, have you talked to Dave Assman out in Melville, Saskatchewan? Because he's another guy that had a license plate problem where they wouldn't let him put Assman on his license plate.
No, I never had the opportunity to talk to him at all. But, I mean, okay, when you say, here's another one, a person had on their license plate Indian, the abbreviations NDN, that stands for Indian. It was taken away from them because of the word.
Mm-hmm.
But he takes it to court. He gets it back because he's a native.
Hey, what about?
So, I mean-
Have you talked to your counterpart in Alberta? Somebody else that's using the license plate that says Grabber on it?
That's my son.
Oh, that's your son.
Yeah.
Is he allowed to have it in Alberta?
Yeah.
So Grabber lives on.
The Alberta government said we got a statement from them. They stated,
"Oh,
do you realize how many people out here have different names? We don't have time for that foolishness."
Damn. So what are you gonna do now? Like, what's the license plate situation? Are you just gonna get like a regular generic one that they issue, or are you gonna go for another personalized one?
Oh no, they issued me another plate. I mean, I had no choice there.
Well, there you go, I guess. Lauren Grabber, Garbher, the Supreme Court out there in Nova Scotia had said that they will not hear your appeal. You are fighting to have your license plate, your vanity plate that simply read Grabber, your last name, Grabher on it, and you are no longer allowed. So thank you so much, Lauren. It was good to catch up with you again, man.
All right, you guys have a great day.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hello, Tori.
Hi.
What's going on? It's Roz and Mocha. Why are you reaching out to us today?
Oh, I need some help with family drama.
Uh-oh. You wrote, it says, Roz and Mocha, fix my life. My mom's family loves to create drama. My mom's dad, my grandpa, passed away last month, and ever since, her family has created and spread lies about our family and has not abided by his wishes. My mom was his caregiver after his cancer diagnosis and took care of him 24/7 when he rapidly declined less than a month after. Suddenly, my mom and our family are the bad guys and apparently are disrespecting him and them. Is it worth it to confront them or stand our ground and let that side of the family drown in their own lies?
You got to expand a little bit. What are these lies? What's all the drama about? What are they saying?
Yeah, so the first one all started with the obituary. He had like explicit wishes saying, I don't want these certain people in here. Say this, don't say this, right? So
like certain family members in the obituary?
Yeah.
Like which family members and why?
Well, he had a couple other kids, I guess, from like a previous whatever, and they were never really around with him, and they wanted nothing to do with him.
Right.
So he wanted nothing to do with them either.
Okay.
So he didn't want them in there, and so when my mom and my uncle wrote it, they didn't put them in there at all, right? And then so there's 3 siblings, and so when they asked the third sibling, they didn't agree with it, but it was 2 out of 3 thought it was okay, and so they didn't put them in there, and they submitted it, whatever. So now suddenly, like a few days ago, there was a big Facebook post now saying that he privately told this other sibling that he wanted them in there, but he told numerous other people that he didn't.
And this was the sibling that he had with his whatever before.
Yeah, so he says he has 3 children. He doesn't have 5, he has 3. Yeah, so little things like that, or that he wanted to have a celebration of life before he was buried, right? But this third sibling wanted to go back to the province they live in now, and so somehow they've manipulated everybody on that side, and we ended up having a burial a week or week and a half after he passed away, and we're now having a celebration next week. Mind you, they're gone now, so it's a little bit better. But it wasn't worth it to argue.
Are you close to these people at all?
I am with a couple of them, but not the one specifically, the sibling.
Okay, but the one that you are close with is, or the ones that you are close with, are they the ones that are talking smack to everybody else, or it's just this one individual?
This one individual has manipulated the other people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just does this affect your life in any way?
Well, it has, because now we're not talking to our grandparents, our grandparents that we have alive now, right? And my mom's not talking to her mom, and I'm not talking to my cousin who has young children who I help take care of and here and then, right?
Okay. Has your mom tried to talk to her mom or talk to any of the other family members to explain her side of the story or explain what these specific instructions were from your grandfather?
Yeah, we've tried, and they just say, well, we're hearing a different story, And, this one seems to line up more. And,
Okay, so what? Let me ask you this question. Okay, what fixes this problem?
well, I think this person just needs to be put in their place and stop lying, right? Because now my mom's taken a stress leave after he passed away or just before he passed away because of everything that was going on.
Right, but these people think that you're the ones that are lying and spreading false information.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what needs to happen in order for this to get sorted out?
Well, that's my question, because do we stand our ground? Because some of my side of the family are saying that we should stick up for ourselves, and we know our truth, right? But is it worth it?
There's
right?
there's not your truth and their truth. There's the truth. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't you watch too much Instagram. Okay. There is no speaking my truth. It's what is the truth. That is what you guys have to figure out.
Yeah.
Is there any way to prove without destroying a family that you guys are right and they are wrong?
Go to a psychic or something? I
Okay,
don't
so
know.
no.
What about
So no
the
is the
letter?
answer.
Like, if all the facts are in the letter that your grandfather had written, like, that should be proof enough. Not saying you have to take the original document and send it out to everyone. Like, you can scan it, whatever, and like email it, text it to someone, and be like, "Yo, like, these are his words, so we're not twisting anything."
Yeah, well, the thing is, he said a lot of things, like, it all happened so quickly. He was okay,
Yeah.
and then a month later, he rapidly decreased.
Sure.
Just because he was past stage 4.
Okay,
So they couldn't really do anything.
I got to stop you. I have to stop you.
Okay.
Okay. When did he die?
February 21st.
Okay. People are grieving right now.
Yeah.
Right. And the thing about grief is that everybody grieves in a different way. Okay. Some people go through all the emotions where they are sad and then they're angry and then they're happy and then all this other stuff. Other people do not. When somebody is grieving, the only thing you can let people do is just give them the time they need to grieve. And part of this is there's anger involved. Okay. And that is part of their process with grief, is that they can't, blaming you for being a bad person is part of their grieving process. Okay. Eventually, people come out of this at the other end. Okay. This is all going to work itself out.
Okay.
100% it's going to work itself out. Now, what you need to know, what you need to figure out is if any of this, if bringing it up and calling people out at this early of a stage in the grieving process is worth destroying the family even more. Right? Let people grieve. They'll come back around. You will all come back around. Okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Thanks, Tori.
Thank you.
Okay.
Take care, guys.
Bras and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
Man, oh man. Lost City is the new movie. This is where it's at. I cannot wait to see this movie. I have not wanted to see a movie so bad in a very long time. It's Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum and Brad Pitt and the great Daniel Radcliffe. Daniel Radcliffe, I guess, plays the bad guy in the movie. And Dammit Maury and Daniel Radcliffe, always so funny and weird and awkward together. And Daniel Radcliffe is just so polite and charming that he'll just goes along with everything. So this is Daniel Radcliffe talking about the most important part of his part in The Lost City.
Daniel Radcliffe, it is so awesome to see you again. I love you, dude. Congratulations. This movie was by far one of the best I've seen in a long time.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much, man. That's really, really kind of you.
What was it like to star in a movie with two of the hottest men on earth?
Jeez.
It was literally, I got to our hair and makeup department on the first day. I was like, so you need to do something about all of this, because like I'm on screen with Channing Tatum and Brad Pitt in this movie, so like as presentable as you can make me, please do. And they did. They gave me a very nice haircut and put me in some nice suits. So it's at least, I don't embarrass us,
There you go. A haircut in a suit just fixes him right up. He's at that level now.
So years ago, Maury interviewed Daniel Radcliffe, and he went in there, and the best thing with Daniel Radcliffe, like, he's so polite and he will go along with everything. So Maury goes in there with fake rumors, right?
God.
And this was, Maury just started this rumor. Like, you can always say now, you always hear people ask these questions. Everybody's talking about it. The rumor is, nobody ever like asks, where did that come from? Everybody just assumes that when somebody says rumors are, people are talking about it, that it's legitimate in some way.
I ain't got no time to fact check.
So this is when Maury was asking, this is, what year is this, Maury?
2014.
2014. This is where it started. This is when Maury asked Daniel Radcliffe if he had any response to people being pissed off that he wasn't cast as Christian Grey in 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, God.
I think one of the biggest, I don't know what the world is more upset at right now, whether it's Ben Affleck being cast as Batman or you not getting the role of Christian Grey in the 50 Shades of Grey.
I don't think anyone's upset about that. Are they? Really? I don't. There is
upset.
There is very little outcry about me. If it has, that outcry has been so quiet as to be inaudible. I have not heard any. You were literally the first person that said that to me.
And wasn't it right after this happened? Didn't news publications then pick up the story of Daniel Radcliffe?
Dude, everyone.
Replying.
That's right.
Responding to not being cast in 50 Shades.
Hollywood Reporter.
That's right. The Hollywood Reporter, Daniel Radcliffe, talks about the controversy and the outrage over him not taking the role of Christian Grey. So did you do this again? Did you go at him with fake rumors?
Of course.
Okay.
Is there any truth to the rumor that you got so mad and stormed off set after getting into a fight with Sandra Bullock because you wanted to take the leeches off of Channing Tatum's ass?
No, you know what? That's been blown out of proportion. That was Channing's second day on set, I believe, which is a hell of a way to meet a crew. But he's a pro, and so is Sandy.
Oh, poor guy. He has to defend himself for something that nobody has ever said.
It never happened.
No.
It even gets better. Better.
No.
Now I heard that you, I guess things were running a little bit late on set because you kept begging Channing Tatum to star in Magic Mike 3.
Yeah, this is also something that somebody came up in an interview the other day with you tap Channing up for a part in Magic Mike 3, and I was like, no. Funnily enough, that didn't come up. I don't think that I'm what the crowds are crying out for. Didn't come up.
Oh,
he's the best. First of all, Daniel Radcliffe, I know we goof, but he is legitimately one of the absolute best people to ever sit in front of. He's so gracious and amazing. And will always, I figure, if you're going to remember Daniel Radcliffe for anything, we all say it's what? Harry Potter.
Harry Potter,
of course, right?
You're a wizard, Harry.
Thank you. But I'm shocked that Daniel Radcliffe doesn't think that that's the way that he's going to be remembered.
What do you want to be remembered for long after you're gone? Playing Harry Potter, being in a movie with Channing Tatum's bare ass, or playing Weird Al?
Oh, my God.
I mean, do I have to choose? Can I not have all three of those things be the case? I am under no illusions that the first line of my obituary is not going to include the words Harry Potter. But I really don't mind either. I feel like once you kind of come to grips with that, and you're like, well, that's going to be the thing. So now just do whatever you like the rest of the time. And if a couple of people remember me for being in Weird Al, and some remember me for being in a film with Channing Tatum's bare ass, then I'm also happy with that.
That is the great Daniel Radcliffe. He's in a movie with Sandra Bullock's Channing Tatum's butt.
It's true.
And
That's
Brad
true.
Pitt called The Lost City, which is out tomorrow.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is, got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Jay, what's going on, dude? It's Roz and Mocha.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, man. You heartbroken, huh?
Yeah.
What's up?
My now ex-girlfriend of 7 months has blocked me on social media, and now I can't stop thinking about it.
You wrote us this. Hey, Roz and Mocha, Fix My Life. My girlfriend is 7 months. How long did you guys break up? 3 weeks ago?
On the 5th.
Okay, yeah. You said at first the relationship ended on good terms, but I made the mistake of messaging her, and now I've been blocked. I don't know when or how the relationship got to the point to cause her to break up, but I did everything I possibly could, verbally, physically, and emotionally to support her during those 7 months that we were together. How do I stop thinking about her? How do I stop all the thoughts I still have? 17 days. How many minutes?
Oh, buddy. Buddy.
After
So
the
what was
breakup.
it that you messaged to her on social? Where was this? On Snapchat, on Instagram, on TikTok? Where'd you message her?
Text message.
Okay. Oh, okay. So just straight up text message.
Oh,
So-
she blocked you on text?
On text, on Instagram and Snapchat.
Okay. So what
Getting
did you
blocked
say?
on text is next level.
What'd you say to her?
Honestly, I was grieving, like I was in like a lot of pain.
Yeah.
When she broke up, I still had like some hope that she was going to come back from just the way that she kept saying that she needed space.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're coming back, but then I was just trying to like say things to like reassure her, like we can work things out, blah blah blah. And then I think since it was like a week and a half after, she's like, this is ridiculous. Like I'm trying to move on, blah blah blah, and then she just blocked me.
Okay, so she wasn't replying to any of your texts.
No.
Okay. So how old are you? How old is she?
I'm 23. She's 20.
Okay, and is she your first girlfriend?
My second.
And why did you break up?
The reason she gave me was that she was overwhelmed with stress and she was worried about the future regarding us getting married and her parents.
Why? What? That is like a culture clash kind of thing?
No, we're the same culture.
Okay.
But ever since we started dating, like before we started dating, she even asked them for permission to go out on a date with me. But they said yes. But like the next day, they changed their mind. So we kept it a secret for like those 7 months.
Right.
But throughout those 7 months, her mom would keep asking her, like, do you still talk to him?
Why don't they like you?
I have no idea. They never even like asked her any questions about me, like what's he doing in school, like how is he, does he work? Like they knew nothing of me, right?
Or is this one of those situations where the parents just don't want their daughter to date anyone?
Yeah, that.
Oh,
exactly
okay.
That.
Okay, so you're both very young, man.
Yeah.
Okay, heartbreak is gonna happen. It is going to happen. I don't know why she's blocking you. Maybe it's because the parent pressure, but I think that what you just need to come to terms with, and we have said this a million times on this show, you need to come to terms with the fact that she doesn't love you.
Yeah, I heard that in your recent podcast, and I've been repeating that to myself over and over.
I know, Mocha, who did you quote last week on FML? It was a very profound quote from an unlikely source.
Mike the Situation.
So
Jersey Shore.
You quoted Mike the Situation from Jersey Shore, and that quote was what?
We didn't come this far to get this far.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so
CJ knows.
Okay, so Mocha quoted Mike the Situation last week on Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life. I'm gonna quote Madonna to you right now. Okay, bro? Okay, and it goes like this: power is being told you're not loved and not being destroyed by it.
Damn.
Did you get
Okay?
Did you get that one?
Not really.
Okay. Listen, bro. Listen, okay? She doesn't love you anymore. And that is not going to destroy you.
Listen, Jay.
Yeah.
That Madonna one may not have resonated. The first Mike the Situation one did. Can I give you another Mike the Situation quote that may help you through this?
I'm going down the well of inspirational quotes from really weird people right now.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
As Mike the Situation from Jersey Shore said, tough times don't last, but tough people do.
Yeah, I've heard that one before.
Dog, you gotta be tough.
I'm really trying, but I guess like due to COVID or whatever, like I'm not really going out anywhere. I don't have work right now, so it's like tough to be.
Here, let me. I just found a great quote here. Okay, I don't know who it's attributed to. I don't think it's Mike the Situation, but I think it's fairly universal. The quote goes like this: "It will probably get worse."
Oh, what? Who said that?
I don't know.
Yeah,
anonymous. Very profound, though, right? Listen, man. You guys are very young. She's 20 and obviously dealing with some family stuff. Okay, and that is very overwhelming for a young woman. And you may feel like you got caught in the middle, but you're also old enough and in a position where you want to fall in love, and you really did love this girl, but she is in a position of where it's not going to allow for that. And it sucks. It really does suck. Heartbreak is awful, man. It really is. Getting blocked is awful. From what I know, from what you've said about her family and their reluctance to sort of release her to somebody else, I guess. I don't even know how the hell that stuff works. But I know it's weird to say, but don't take this so personally, because I think that she has a whole lot more going on than you can even understand.
Yeah.
It's tough. It sucks, but you're going to get through this, Jay.
Yes.
All right.
Let me leave you with one last quote that I just found, okay?
Go.
Okay.
Sure.
You got this, girl.
You like that one. And Jay, okay, I promise this is going to be the last Mike the Situation quote, okay?
Okay.
But this, I feel like this is definitely for you. Mike the Situation has said, and it's on T-shirts that he sells, the comeback is always greater than the setback.
I really hope so.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah.
You're going to be good, bro.
Okay. Thank you guys so much.
All right, take care.
You too.
Bras and mochas fix my life.
On Kiss.
Hey, what's all that controversy over that Turning Red movie? Did you see this?
No. What happened now?
I guess people are complaining because, well, one, okay, so there's two controversies over Turning Red. One, there was a review from, I don't even know where it was, but they pulled the review because the guy who reviewed the movie said that it was basically too niche because it was set in Toronto and set in a very specific community, meaning Chinatown.
Yeah.
And the movie really only catered to those people, and he felt that he couldn't relate in any way to the film. So there was that
narrow-minded, sir.
Okay, and then they got trashed, and they pulled the review, and it was you shouldn't be reviewing kids movies if you're feeling that way.
I heard that reviewer lost his job.
Did he? He was like one of the head editors there
because of that review.
Really? Huh? Go find out where that was from for me more. And then the other one is that people are saying that the subject matter should be, it's one of these, it should be discussed with parents and not through a Pixar film because it deals with young girls getting their period.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so that's inappropriate for a lot of people. Talking about
People are that uncomfortable?
or alluding to periods is too much for
That
people
uncomfortable.
in
We're
a
talking about,
Disney
like,
Pixar movie.
Human nature.
Yeah, yeah.
And just like what happens.
Well, yeah, because they don't want that in their Disney Pixar.
But what if that's gonna be the thing that sparks a conversation between?
They don't want that conversation though. They don't want that responsibility to be on Disney Pixar. Don't spark a conversation.
But what if that like intrigues like a young girl to then go and
They
talk to
don't
their
want
mom?
that is not Pixar's responsibility to inspire my daughter to come to me with questions about her period. That is not your job. That is my job. I do it when I say the time is right. So that's the attitude towards Turning Red. However,
But it also, to me at least, makes it seem like these people who have a problem with it would even still have a problem with trying to have that conversation with their child.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Right?
Yes, so they're pissed at Pixar. But, so this is a movie, okay, about like a 13-year-old girl getting her period turns into a giant red panda, okay? And her mom is like showing up at school with her pads and everything else. Like it's hysterical,
Yeah.
right? It's hysterical.
I like the movie.
It's really, really good. But this is, when you look at it as far as like what is appropriate and inappropriate for children to see in a Disney Pixar movie. So Turning Red, yes, deals with tweens getting periods, okay? But what Turning Red doesn't deal with is you get to the end of the movie, both her parents live, okay? No parent dies.
Sure.
Which is very unusual.
I know.
In those cartoon worlds.
Yeah.
Nobody dies. There's no sort of like, nobody gets lost. Nobody gets heartbroken. Nobody has to make an awful, none of that.
Yeah.
Nothing. None of those old sort of tragic tropes that those cartoons have lived on for 100 years are anywhere close to being in Turning Red.
The
but
most
it's
is
about
that
somebody's period.
She's got a crush on the boy band that she loves.
Yeah.
Right? And she got a crush on the guy that works at the convenience store.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Right? Like her mom doesn't get shot.
Yeah.
Okay?
Her dad doesn't die all of a sudden.
Her dad doesn't die all of a sudden.
Yeah. What you want to say, Dan Maury?
I found that. So the review is from Cinema Blend.
That's what it is. Big
And
website.
Oh, wow,
Sean
yeah.
O'Connell was the reviewer, and he said, I'm generally sorry for my Turning Red review. Thank you to everyone who has reached out with criticism, no matter how harsh. And I guess the editor was like, we failed to properly edit this review, and it never
that's a
should have
lie.
gone up.
That's a lie. He was the editor.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they just saw nothing wrong with it. Of course they wouldn't. But yeah, so people have a hard time with Turning Red. It's really wild to me because it's it's a great movie. Like it's a really, really beautiful movie. It's well acted, everything else. Which part did you cry at without giving too much away? Like beginning, middle, or end?
Mother-daughter
Gotcha.
stuff.
I gotcha. Yeah. No, it's a beautiful movie. Go see Turning Red this weekend if you haven't seen it yet. Especially if you have, like we watched it with Rox and it was awesome because it was hysterical. Of
course.
Right?
Yeah.
And yes, it's about, tweens getting their periods, but hey, listen, nobody dies, right?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Whenever companies do things for employees, employees can't help but take advantage of it, which is true for so many things, and we all know we do it. So there's this unnamed company, somebody posted about this, that is no longer, it's in the U.S., that's no longer going to be providing free water to its staff.
Oh, no.
And everybody got all up in arms about it. As they said, they're no longer going to be providing drinking water, which as soon as you call it drinking water as opposed to water, that
Yeah.
becomes like a human right issue, right?
course.
You know what I mean?
'Cause I get thirsty during the day.
If they just said, listen, no more water, everybody would be fine. But as soon as somebody goes, you're not providing drinking water, then it becomes a human rights issue.
Yeah. What if I'm parched during
Right,
the day?
exactly. So what happened is they notified the staff in the break room, and there was a sign that management put up, and it said, "We are no longer able to provide water for the team. We have abused our privilege in doing so. Thanks, management." Now, what happened was management were giving people bottles of water. They were making bottles of water available for staff. And they weren't reporting it as their normal inventory. And then they, quote unquote, lost a few dozen cases of water. Quote unquote, lost a few dozen cases of water. And so now the privilege has been revoked. And the whistleblower within the company, the employee in the company, went on to say that, yes, there is a water fountain in the building, but the water's warm. Right?
Oh, how dare they?
And this is one of those things where companies tend to do these types of things to save a ton of money, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Apple, did you see this? Apple, if you buy an iPhone now, it doesn't come with headphones or a charger.
No.
Right? You know how much Apple saved by not putting a headphones or a charger in with your new iPhone?
How many billions?
$6.5 billion.
For real?
Yeah.
6.5.
Yeah. So they charge you $20 for headphones and a charger, and they made $6.5 billion on smaller packaging.
Wow.
Yep.
I bet you their employees have drinking water.
Right? Oh, my God. Please. You have
so much water.
You have
bathing in it.
Come on. You got they have vats of Fanta in there that you just walk around with your scoop and you just help
Take
yourself.
all that you want.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So, no masks today.
So is that the deal? I still wore a mask in here today.
Yeah, same.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were out yesterday. I saw so many people just man, people don't care.
No.
Whatever. Do you? Do you?
I was thinking about because I got a little bit of running around today. I might test the waters. I don't know.
Oh, yeah?
See how I feel.
Are you going to feel naked?
Yeah.
I'm just so
I
used
might.
to it. I just when I hop out of the car,
Yeah.
it's instinct.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, right?
I reach down, I grab it, I put it on.
Throw the
everything.
mask on, go inside. I'm going to test the waters today.
Yeah. Are you? Where are you gonna test the waters?
Home Depot.
Home Depot. Oof, a lot of dirty people in Home Depot.
No. I'm going to test the waters by wearing my mask.
Oh, by wearing your mask. Oh, I thought you were gonna go without.
No, not yet.
Oh,
I'm going to wear my mask.
I gotcha.
And see if anyone says anything.
I gotcha. I didn't mean to say that people who shop at Home Depot are dirty.
No.
That includes you.
I know. I'm there all the time. I was there the other day.
We were there yesterday. I got to go back today.
I know. Yeah, I know. So no masks. So do what you got to do, I guess.
They even took down the plexiglass between the treadmills at the gym.
Yeah.
Those aren't there anymore.
Well, why do both? Why not keep the plexiglass and just say no mask? Why get rid of the masks and the plexiglass?
Make it the way it was, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but COVID's not over.
Well, no, but
it ruins the selfies.
It does. You're right, Mark. You're right. We've been in terrible selfie world for a while now.
It's true. Welcome back.
Damn pandemic.
You know what? I don't even notice them anymore. We have them in here.
Yeah.
I don't even notice them anymore.
The plexiglass.
Yeah.
You mean? Yeah. No, me neither. I'm happy they're there.
It's just so normal.
It doesn't bother me anymore. I'll tell you where I'm not going to be. When you go to the liquor store, they had that plexiglass up, right? For you to put your hand through between you and the person you pay, and you put your hand through this little hole, and then you tap the machine to pay.
Yeah.
Right. But at the beginning of my transaction, I'm at the end of the thing to put my drinks on the counter, right?
Yeah.
And you have to put it on the X. I learned that the hard way. Put it on the X, sir. Put it on the X, sir. Put it on the X, sir. I was 6 inches away from the X. Okay. So I slid it forward. Slid it forward with eye contact. You know what that means, right? Yeah. Here you go. Okay. That's 6 inches. Enjoy. Shut up. Okay. So there's no glass.
You can't laugh at that more. You
Okay.
never
I
heard
was
that
just
in your
going to
entire
say,
life.
that's
Yeah,
it?
that's okay.
Sure,
Sure. Okay, whatever, donkey. Okay, so at the beginning of the transaction, okay, there's no glass between the two of us, okay? And then I push it because I'm at the end. And then I have to stand in front of the glass, and I got to reach my hand in the hole to tap. And then as soon as my transaction is done, I go to the end of the glass where they then walk to the end of the glass. Again, there's no glass between us where they pack up my stuff and ask me if I want a receipt.
Sure.
Okay, so for 1/3 of my entire transaction, there's plexiglass between us.
Right.
Okay. That's the kind of stuff that makes no sense to me.
Okay.
Right? That's what I don't get. That's the sort of silliness of all of this. It's like, what's his name? Who's the guy that plays for Brooklyn? That basketball player.
Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving. Do you see this nonsense?
What?
So Kyrie Irving, not allowed to play basketball, okay, because he's not vaccinated. So he's not allowed on the team to play. He was allowed to buy a ticket and go to the game and sit behind the team with no mask on.
Which is weird.
In the arena.
That was last week, right?
Yeah, correction. He's not allowed to play home games for the
Right,
Brooklyn
yeah, he's not
Nets.
allowed to play. He's not allowed to play in that arena.
Yeah,
but
he
he's
can-
allowed to go to the game with no mask on and sit there. And then after the game, he's allowed to hug all his buddies.
Yeah. Good game, guys.
Right?
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. Anyway, so no masks today.
And 6 inches from the X.
It's 6 inches from the X. You're right, Maury. Okay. No mask today, and you're going to continue to wear one, Mocha.
Oh, yeah.
I will most likely continue to wear one because
It's
why
just
not?
It's just habit now.
It is just habit. Although my masks are all mangy and dirty, so I may have to invest in new ones if I'm going to continue wearing masks.
Just be safe, everybody.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
How was your first day out and about yesterday with mask mandates being lifted?
So I went to the grocery store, and I would say about 80% of the people in the grocery store were still wearing a mask.
Yeah.
I will say that the people who I saw who were not wearing a mask were that sort of 28 to like 35, I would guess, year old women. And I saw 3 of them in a row in one aisle. And 2 of them had like brand new lifts.
Oh, really?
Like brand new. Like
you could tell?
Like oh, yeah. Like newly plumped, right? Like
ready.
Oh, ready.
Ready for the world to see. Mask off.
It was awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
Lips on.
Yeah. It was actually kind of great. But no, and it was weird because normally at that time I go to the grocery store, it's quite empty, but something, I don't know what was going on, but as I was walking in, there was like 5 other people also walking in at the exact same time as me.
Yeah.
And everybody just threw their mask on before they went in. Now, I did see, there was a good number of people who, were in the store where the mask was around their chin, saw a lot of noses sticking out.
We call that the Maury.
Yeah, right. Like there was a lot of that going on. What were you saying, Shan?
I forgot that the mask thing happened, and I was in a store and reported to the manager of the store that someone wasn't wearing a mask.
What are you doing?
I forgot, and I'm like, there's people in
Wait
the
a second.
aisle not wearing
Are you
masks.
the complain to people that somebody's not wearing a mask?
I was, and
how many times have you done that over COVID?
Oh, lots.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Why are you snitching like that?
Because I don't want to be in a store with somebody who's not wearing.
Yo,
I don't want
drink
to
your
catch
water and
something.
mind your business,
I
fam.
don't wanna catch some- so I forgot. So I snitched.
what made Sunday different from Monday then? You know what I mean? Like, are you fine now?
No, I'm fine. Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
But this was
okay.
yesterday. I reported
No.
someone.
I get it. But on Sunday, if you went into a store and somebody wasn't wearing a mask, you would have snitched.
Yes.
But on Monday, it's okay.
No, I snitched.
No, I know, but really, it is okay though.
It is.
You just
I forgot. I forgot.
Right. So
Because
on
you're just so used to snitching.
Exactly.
Right?
I'm so used to,
But
and
here's-
I saw it, and I'm like, oh my god.
Okay, but here's the ridiculousness in you, Maury, okay? On Sunday, if you went into a store and saw somebody without wearing a mask, okay, you would have snitched.
Yes.
On Monday, when we don't have to wear masks, you wouldn't have snitched. So this is the ridiculousness of it all. Why are you snitching in the first place? What made Sunday different from Monday?
Rules.
Oh, look at you. Rules.
I don't want to catch some. I have to look out for your health.
So,
But as of yesterday, you can't now? Is that the deal?
No, you can't snitch.
No, you can't catch it?
Oh, no, you can't. I wore my mask.
Okay, good.
So did you have to source out the manager? Like, did you have to go speak to an employee and say, may I speak to your manager?
Yeah.
Or were you automatically, you found...
No, I went to the counter and I'm like, I need to speak to the manager.
Like, you have that Karen instinct inside of you.
I'm a Karen.
And, damn it, Karen. And you went and spoke to an employee. And did you tell the employee, I need to speak to your manager for, a specific reason? Or you just said, hey, I'd like to speak to your manager?
I said, where's the manager? And she pointed to the guy. She goes, he's right over there. I'm like, awesome. And I went over. I'm like, there are people in that aisle not wearing masks. And he said, they're allowed to today. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Shem?
I was going to say, I also went to the grocery store yesterday, and the people that I saw not wearing masks were workers, which kind of surprised me a little bit.
Yeah.
The only place I went to yesterday was Home Depot.
And what's Home Depot like?
Every single employee masked up.
All of them?
Yep.
Really, huh?
And at the time that I went, it was actually pretty busy. It was like 11:15 in the morning. And it was still pretty busy, right?
Right, yeah.
I only saw 2 people without a mask.
Really?
Yeah, everybody else in there were all masked up. And I don't know if including me, and I
Yeah.
don't know if it was just out of habit.
Sure.
Right? We're just used to it. You
Yeah.
hop out of the car,
Yeah.
throw your mask on, you go into the store.
Yeah.
Right? Could have been a habit. One of the people that I saw, it was a man and his wife, and the wife was wearing a mask. He was not.
Yeah.
And then another person, it was just like a solo dude just walking through the lumber aisle.
I think there's a lot of people that are just going to throw the mask on because they don't want to be hassled by people like Maury.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get used to it
yeah.
again. It's just very weird.
Yeah.
For 2 years, we were you would have to wear a mask. So to see somebody not is very shocking.
Right. Well, it wasn't 2 years because you remember COVID was around a long time and we weren't wearing masks.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden we were. And now we're terrified again. Right?
And you got...
now I have to look out for how I look.
What do you...
Now?
So he's going to comment on my nose?
What do you mean comment on your nose? What does that even mean, comment on my nose?
You never wear your mask properly anyway. That huge nosy or sticks way out.
Maury sent me a picture of his dog last night.
For what?
Just a picture of his dog. And Maury just wrote me, he's got my nose. And I looked at the picture and I was like, he actually does.
Oh, no, you got to take that dog to the doctor, bro.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Hell of a Story.
Welcome to Roz and Mocha's Hell of a Story, Heidi.
Oh, my goodness. How are you guys?
Good, good. So when did your Hell of a Story take place?
Our story, my family story, took place, it was the August long weekend in 2015, and we were just leaving Kincardine. We had spent the weekend with friends, had a wonderful time, and just as we're leaving town, we were maybe a couple minutes into our drive. I looked out the passenger side mirror and was shocked to see how the sky had changed behind us over the lake. It was as if it was midnight. Meanwhile, up ahead, the sky was clear. The sun was even still out. So we thought, okay, well, good thing we're kind of leaving town now to get home.
Mm-hmm.
And a few minutes into our drive,
you? Who's with you in the car?
Oh, it's myself, my husband, and our daughter.
How old
So
was your
she
daughter at the time?
She was 9.
Okay.
So she's just in the backseat, watching a movie. And a few minutes into our drive, I look out my side of the window, and I can see in the distance. I'm like, what the hell is that way in the distance? And it looked like this massive storm cell with what appears to be a funnel cloud on the left-hand side of it.
Oh, no, like a tornado building?
Like a tornado building, yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah,
it's going in which direction? It's coming towards you, or it's going away from you?
It's making its way sort of towards the direction that we're driving.
What kind of road are you guys on right now? Like a highway or no?
It's a highway. It's the only highway out of town. It's a 2-lane highway.
Oh, okay, one of those highways.
And so we're on this 2-lane highway, and unfortunately, as I see this thing, we're actually in the middle of open field farmland at this point.
Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness.
So as we're driving, and we literally are approaching a curve in the road, and by the time we reach around this bend, we are hit with such force that our car was pushed, almost levitated off to the left-hand side, so we're pushed into the lane of oncoming traffic. We had no idea if anyone was coming because the rain and the darkness and the wind was so loud, was so bad, we couldn't see a thing. It was as if you were in the car wash at the time. Like, you were just completely blinded.
So, Heidi, are you guys at this point now inside of a tornado? Could you even see, like, what was going on?
You couldn't see anything. We couldn't, the wipers weren't even working, like nothing. We were just
Oh, jeez.
completely engulfed in rain.
Right.
And there's debris hitting the car, tree branches. You can just hear the pinging of rocks and stuff. So I'm yelling at my husband. Well, not yelling. I mean, I was screaming at him, oh my God, he's trying to get control of the car. Our daughter's freaking out in the back.
Oh, no.
So he's trying to move the car back over to the right because we know, okay, obviously we're in the wrong lane. We don't know if anyone's coming towards us. And he was able to get the car back over enough we could feel that there was gravel underneath us. So we're like, okay, so we're on the shoulder. This is great.
Yeah.
So I'm like, just stop the car at this point and let's just, hopefully we can see something soon. So just as this is happening, then the radio gets interrupted with the emergency broadcast announcement saying, take shelter immediately. There's tornadic activity in the area. And we're like, well, no kidding. A little too late.
So there's nothing around you at all right now. You guys are open fields, country roads in the middle of a tornado.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we're on the shoulder now, and the rain had started to cease just a little bit, enough that we could actually use the wipers. So whatever had blown through had made it. It lasted maybe about 10 to 12 seconds. So it's made its way through. We can see a little bit up ahead. I can now see that there is a farm coming up on the right-hand side. We thought, let's just park between the silos. If something else was coming, we're kind of in a little makeshift shelter, and we can just sort of collect our thoughts there. I'm trembling. I'm crying. We're just sitting there in silence going like, what the hell just happened? Our daughter's freaking out.
What are you saying to your daughter at this point? Like, what's the conversation in the car? Is it just screaming, or are you trying to be calm?
Well, because we used the word tornado, my husband and I were like, was that just a tornado? And then she focused on that word, and then that,
no.
Right.
And then I think it took her back to the time we went to Hollywood Studios, and we were at the Twister ride.
Did you pee? I would have peed.
Well, no, because I was told that, we just wanted to get home and there'd be no stopping to use the bathroom.
Oh, no. I don't mean stop to pee. I just would have straight up peed.
If I had coughed, my heart would have come out. Like it was in my throat.
Okay, so you guys are in the middle of a tornado in some stranger's farm, parked between his two silos, taking shelter.
Correct.
And then what happened?
The radio came back on, started playing music, just giving some other weather updates, and we're like, okay, let's just go for it. Let's just drive home, get home. It's normally 3 hours to get home, but we just took our time, and it was probably about 5.5 hours.
What did the drive look like on the way home?
Oh, it was just, we had to go through a few towns, and they were littered with like tree branches, shingles. There was like patio furniture. We were just so relieved to be home and just dropped our stuff, stood in the kitchen. We just hugged and then had a really strong drink.
Wow. That is scary. I got to tell you, Heidi, when you first started telling this story and you were talking about looking behind you where you had just come from and it was dark clouds and what you could see in front of you was nothing but clear skies. And then when you said that you looked out your window and you saw something in the distance, I honestly thought that you were going to say like a spacecraft or something. I thought that's where the story was going.
You thought it was aliens?
Yeah, I thought you were going to say something about like aliens. And...
No, they almost died.
Yeah, okay.
They almost is what it was. Jeez, man, that is a hell of a story, Heidi.
Yeah, damn.
Thank
Glad
you.
that your family's A-okay, and thank you for sharing that story with us.
Thank you.
When you
Thank you.
finished that strong rum and Coke, did you make another?
Well, I think the first one, I don't even know if I even put that much Coke in it, so it was pretty...
Fair enough.
Thanks, Heidi.
Strong. Thanks, guys.
You got it, love. Bye-bye.
Take care.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Remember that guy, Nathan Apodaca from California, who like 2 years ago, he was on the longboard on the streets.
Oh, the Fleetwood Mac guy. The
drinking
cranberry juice.
listening to Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, that guy. Sure.
So he's back at it again.
Oh, what's he doing now?
He's rapping with Snoop Dogg.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. He's got like a super like the tiniest verse ever.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
in
yeah,
this
yeah.
song.
All right, hit me.
From this artist out of LA named Calypso. And the song is called Lowrider. You'll recognize the tune. And I guess the song's about smoking weed and stuff. So they won't release the full music video, full song until
420?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So they released this teaser.
We ain't got no lighter. Damn. We got no lighter. Damn.
That's pretty much all he does.
Wait a second. Which guy was him?
That's him.
This guy right here?
Yeah. And then Snoop Dogg comes in. Hold on, I'll play it again.
Who's this?
This is Fleetwood Mac guy.
Okay.
Cranberry juice guy.
We got no lighter. Damn. Who gon' take a trip? Who gon' take a trip? Who gon' take a trip with me?
Okay. Cool.
Dog face, boss dog. What it do? We gon' break it down. Give me the sack so I can roll back. Roll up the windows. We in the back. Know where we going.
God, Snoop is just so like low key with everything. Huh,
Yeah.
that he does.
You know how much Snoop got paid for this appearance?
So wait a second. This isn't a Snoop? What is this for?
No. This is just like another artist
Oh.
that then got
Nathan Apodaca, the Ocean
and-
Spray guy, and Snoop.
and Snoop to be featured on his song.
What did he pay Snoop?
$100,000.
Yeah, really, huh?
Yeah, for
Well, that's-
probably like 20 seconds on the track.
Well, that's you want Snoop, you got to pay for Snoop,
That
right?
seems low.
Yeah. You want Snoop, you got to pay for Snoop.
No, I thought he would have been paid more.
Well, he probably charges more, like depending on how
No, that
long
to me,
of a
that to me,
verse
that to me sounds about right.
you
100
want
grand
from Snoop, right?
So then, how much would he have made to do the Skip the Dishes song?
Oh, my God.
Skip money is
Skip?
different than like,
Yeah. That's a whole nother
SoundCloud
league.
producer money,
Yeah,
right?
big time.
Yeah, no. You charge
wonder how much
different people different things, right? Like who's this artist that put this song together? Anybody
name-
know who he is?
Calypso. I've never heard of him until this.
So Snoop is not charging Calypso Skip the Dishes money, right? Like that. Like you understand the game. You know, if you want to jump on this song with Nathan Apodaca, the cranberry juice guy from TikTok, it does Snoop some good. It gets him a little bit of clout. It gets his name out there. It goes a little bit viral. Everything else. You're going to throw me $100,000. I'll do it, no problem, right? It's 20 minutes out of my life, and I'm going to have some fun and maybe get some good, TikTok mileage out of this.
And they shot the music video. Part of it
Yeah.
was like at Snoop's place, like his compound.
Sure, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So he's making $100,000 for, I guess, access to my property.
Yeah.
But then also you get me for, let's say, 20 seconds on your song.
Somebody was telling me that Snoop's place in LA isn't in a very good neighborhood at all.
Oh, really?
Like, no. Like he's got all that money, but like apparently Snoop's place isn't like it's
Well,
not,
maybe he got more land for less buck.
It's not in the most desirable neighborhood.
Really?
Yeah. But
Like,
I guess
he's
he's
still-
fine because he's Snoop, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like he doesn't have to worry about stuff. But yeah, Snoop doesn't live in like he's not out in like Malibu and Calabasas and like everybody else is. Like he's still kicking it.
He's like still in the streets.
Yeah.
Well, again,
I
when
guess.
you're Snoop, no one's going to mess with you.
No, not at all. So when does that song come out? Is
So
it out?
on 420.
Oh, 420, right, of course, yes.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
How's everybody doing? How you doing, Maury?
I'm awesome. How are you?
Yeah, good. Shem?
Always good, man.
Yeah, lovely. Mocha?
I'm great.
Yeah. I thought my house was going to blow down last night, man.
Blow down
Yeah.
or blow up?
Blow down. That
What?
wind.
Oh.
Holy hell.
I slept through all of that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
I crawled into bed. Guys.
What time did you go to bed last night? What time did you go to bed last
I know.
night?
So
What
I
time?
heard the wind.
Okay.
And maybe it lulled me to sleep.
What time did you go to bed?
I crawled into bed at 7:15.
7:15.
And my windows were rattling a little bit because of the wind. And then done.
Really?
Yeah.
You
Did
know-
not wake up
You
at
know,
all.
I closed my computer for the day from working, from stuff that I had to do.
Yeah.
At 7:45 last night.
Oh, I was REM sleep.
I was working.
Dreaming.
You were dead.
No, but here's the thing though, because you have two jobs, right?
Yeah.
So throughout the day, you're doing ET Canada stuff.
Yeah. And then I had more stuff to do when I got home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas for me, when I leave here and I get home, I continue to do some work stuff.
Right.
Which is why I can go to bed at 7:15.
7:15.
Jesus. I didn't even get to watch any of the hockey game, to watch them in the Leafs in their New Jerseys.
Okay, I watched that last night,
Uh-huh.
right? Oh God! So it was Gen Z night, right?
Yeah.
Where everything was catered to the young people, right?
Bieber was there.
Yeah, well, Bieber designed the
because
New
he's the one that
jerseys,
did the
right?
New Jerseys.
So everything, and they kept saying
$200 for those jerseys,
and
huh?
they kept saying, "Hey, it's Gen Z night. It's Gen Z night." And then anytime anybody would talk about the jerseys, it was the funniest thing in the world because you had all the anchors sitting there talking about it, and every single one of them was like, "You know what? Not everything has to be for you. This is for the young people, right?" Everybody had that same opinion. Nobody wanted to say, "Oh my God, these things are so ugly and they look terrible on television." So the only thing anybody was saying was, listen, I mean, we're doing Gen Z night, right? That's what we're doing. The Gen Zs are into this.
How come I didn't get the invite to Gen Z night?
Not everything's for you. You know what they say? Not everything's for you. And they kept justifying the awfulness of the jerseys as you're just too old to think they're cool.
Am I the only one that likes the jersey?
Oh, but they look terrible on television. It was
see,
awful.
I was fast asleep. I didn't see.
They were awful. It's black with dark blue, and
love it.
and the numbers on the back are just a white outline of the number.
Yeah,
like you
love it.
couldn't see anything
on TV.
On
Okay.
TV, like it was awful, like awful,
Isn't
awful,
the logo
awful.
in the middle yellow like his Drew logo?
No, that's the reverse side.
Did you see the jerseys?
Right?
Or?
Also,
Yeah, it's a reversey thing.
Yeah. Also,
because Ross just said it.
Yeah. Also, you cannot put the Toronto Maple Leafs in Boston colors.
No, definitely not. That's why
Right?
it's reverse. It's reversible. So it's on
just
the inside.
You do not do that. You do not put black and yellow on the Leafs.
Thank you. Because as soon as I saw the design, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm digging the black version.
Yeah.
Black and blue
It's
with the
awful, by
white
the way.
outline. But I wasn't feeling the color scheme because as soon as I saw when it was reversed,
Yeah.
the black and yellow, immediately in my mind, I'm like, that's so Bruins.
It's so Bruins.
Do you think
It's
this was
so
already in the
Bruins.
works, or did they jump on Bieber after the success of Tim Hortons?
No, I think this was in the works for a while.
No, I think they jumped on Bieber after the success of Tim
Oh,
Hortons.
really?
All
Yeah.
of the I guess the Tim Biebs clothing and stuff looked very similar to what he did with the Leafs.
Yeah. Now that said, I'm sure that they've wanted to work with Bieber for a while and just wanted to make sure that fans were in the building and all of this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm sure that probably both deals were going on around the same time, but I'm sure that they were sort of reinforced that they made the right decision to work with Justin Bieber after the Tim Hortons thing.
But did you guys see a couple of weeks ago, Bieber posted a photo and he was wearing that same Leafs jersey, but
Right.
not the black and yellow one
Oh.
side. It was
the ugly black and blue side?
right.
Yeah.
And people were like, is there a new Leafs jersey coming out? Like, did Justin Bieber just spoil the fact that the Leafs are getting a new jersey?
Right.
Because this was like 2-3 weeks ago that he posted on social.
Yeah. Huh,
And
interesting.
then when I saw the press release for the jerseys, I was like, okay, that's the same one.
No, Mocha's right. Like there were headlines like Justin Bieber leaks new jersey.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm sure that that's deliberate too, though,
$200
right?
though.
It's deliberate. How much does a normal one cost? I don't even know.
$148.
But it depends on the brand. It depends.
Yeah.
It's not
I
much
almost.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
almost
but
sprung.
you got to pay that premium because they paid a premium to get them,
I
right?
know. I almost sprung for
the ugly with the black and blue one.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
When would you wear that?
I wear it all the time.
Oof. Yeah. Oh my God.
But-
and the funny thing was, so it was Giordano's first game in Toronto last night.
Oh, I
right?
know. What an innovation, right?
Bro, but the best part was, again, going back to the fact that everybody on that panel and in the broadcast team last night kept having to justify their absolute hatred for the jersey by saying, it's just not for us. It's for the young people. It's for the young people. They're the one with all the taste. The best was anytime that they would interview Giordano, it was his first game as a Leaf, right?
Yeah,
Coming
yeah.
back home, the team he grew up with, everything else. And they kept saying, so, what was it like to finally put on the blue and white? I mean, not tonight because, we're doing a special thing for the
Oh,
kids tonight. That it's not blue and white, but you know what I mean.
You're ruining his moment.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yo, did you hear this? I don't want to get the Joe Jonas do the theatrical quote unquote version of All Star by Smash Mouth.
No.
So he was on the Tonight Show. First of all, when are we all going to recognize? Because I know people like to goof on Smash Mouth and All Star. Okay. It's just one of those songs that nobody really takes seriously or considers it to be in any kind of category of legendary track. And normally when people do it, it always comes off as a goof. But at some point, with the amount of people that have done different versions of this song. At what point do we start thinking about maybe All Star by Smash Mouth needs to legitimately be in a category of legendary songs?
I thought we already agreed that this was a legendary song.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
But it's not. People do it as a goof. Right? People do it as a goof. Nobody does an interview talking about the actual brilliance of this as a pop song. Nobody does. They all just do it as a goof. Right? And then everybody loves it and they all clap. Oh my God, it's Smash Mouth it's All Star by Smash Mouth. Yeah. It's always a goof, but nobody has put this in any sort of legitimate conversation about the brilliance of it and being a legitimate legendary pop song. That's not a joke. That's actually brilliant.
I love this song so much.
What are your thoughts, Shem?
It's a. You know what? I'm with you. You always talk about songs in like major keys.
Yeah.
Love this song for that. But I think the reason people goof on it is because this song really represents that age in like the early 2000s and 90s with that super nasally sound. It really represents that era of music in such a way, but it's brilliant.
But
it's
people
fantastic.
people look at this song as the same way that they look at Who Let the Dogs Out, where it's a novelty.
Yeah.
It's a novelty song. Yeah. And I don't think it's in that same category. I think that this is in a different category.
I've never heard anyone describe it that way. I've always thought that people, maybe because I enjoy the song so much, I've always thought that people treated this as a classic. And especially since the popularity of that boost that it got when it was in Shrek. Right?
Well, that's another reason that people demean the song, because it then becomes about children's entertainment, which puts it even farther outside of the category of legitimate pop song.
I don't care what anyone says. I'll
I
fight
agree
you.
with
This is a great classic song.
we can. I'm on your team with this. So Joe Jonas was on the Tonight Show, and he was asked to do like All Star, but only in a sort of theatrical performance.
So much to do, so much to see, so what's wrong with taking the back streets? You never know if you don't go. You never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're a rock star, get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star, get the show on, get paid. All that glitter is gold. Holy shooting star.
Damn.
I'll say started off a bit shaky, but that end though.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Yes. Right? He pulled it off at the end.
Yo, look who's the all-star now.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
All right, here we are, y'all.
Here we are, y'all. I like that. Hey, Mocha. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do the news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
Let's start with Channing Tatum, who's in a brand new movie with Sandra Bullock. Can't wait for that. What's that movie called again? What's it called?
The Lost City?
The Lost City. Thank you.
I'm seeing it today.
Are you? Yeah, I can't wait to see that. So Channing Tatum talking.
Is that the one where he shows his butt to Sandra Bullock or something?
And his other things.
Spoiler alert.
It's in the trailer. So he's talking to the New York Times about the third Magic Mike, and I didn't know that Steven Soderbergh was back doing the third Magic Mike. That's going to be great. Channing Tatum described this as, we're kind of swinging from the fences here. There never needs to be another stripper movie after this one. We're trying to do a fish out of water story where it's a reverse role Pretty Woman story that ends up with a lot of dancing in it.
What?
So,
but like based on the kind of like the movie Pretty Woman?
So yeah. So I guess like he will be the
one that gets hired?
The one that gets maybe hired, or the rich lady takes him,
I think that's
under
more
her
of the way.
wing.
That
and
makes
he's
sense.
the sort of fish out of water where people don't take the stripper seriously, as opposed to nobody respects Vivian in Pretty Woman. You know what I mean? Like,
And then like the lady, like
he goes shopping for new thongs.
Big mistake.
Huge.
Anyway, I'm here for that, though.
Okay.
I'm A-okay with that.
Whatever the plot is, we'll love it.
And speaking of, Sandra Bullock doing an interview with CBS Sunday Morning, talking about how after this, and I think she has one other project on the go, she is going to be taking a break. And so listen to Sandra, and then we'll come back and talk about exactly how long that break could be.
I can be creative. I can be part of a community. But right now, work in front of the camera needs to take a pause.
For how long?
I don't know. Until I don't feel like I feel now when I'm in front of a camera.
Which is?
I want to be at home. I'm not doing anyone any favors who's investing in a project if I'm saying I just want to be at home. Because I was always running. I was always running to the next thing. I just want to be present and responsible for one thing.
So you knew shooting this movie, this is going to be the last one for a while.
Yeah. And I don't know what a while is. I don't know what that is.
So she had said also in the
Interesting.
interview that she was going to, maybe when the kids are like 15, 16, 17, she'll come back and start doing movies again. Well, her kids are 9 and 11 right now.
Yeah. Maybe she's just tired.
So that's a long time. I think.
How old is she? She's not. She's like.
How old? Find out how old Sandra Bullock is.
I didn't think it was at 53.
Yeah. 57.
Is she really?
Yeah,
Wow.
57. I think that COVID did a lot of things for a lot of people. And I think that part of it was you realized how much you were not around.
Sure.
And I think that this is one of those things where when everything shut down, everybody was forced to just sit. And yeah, she's back working again and everything else. But it put a mirror up to your face when it comes to your family about just how not present you are.
Yeah.
And stepping away, Sandra Bullock can step away and then come back and still be Sandra Bullock. But
completely.
the time she's talking about, like, this isn't like a Ryan Reynolds kind of, I'm taking a sabbatical and then I immediately announced Deadpool 3.
Mhm.
You know, Sandra Bullock's talking years. Like we're talking 5, 6,
So
maybe
long.
7 years.
Yep.
Which I think is dynamite. I think that she's sort of earned it and she doesn't owe anybody anything. And all those people in her organization and at the film companies who make a ton of money off her, well, they can get bent for a little while. Well,
Maybe
she goes
she could
off
just
and does
do
her
local
thing.
theater or something.
Maybe she can know. You ever been to a rehearsal for local theater more?
I know, but it's just down the street, right?
I'd
Like, it's,
rather
you
do an
know.
Ocean's movie
Yeah.
than local theater. You, like, oh my God, dress rehearsal on a Wednesday afternoon?
No.
Hell
I think
no.
when she says she's stepping away, she
Yeah.
is like just going to be Sandra.
Exactly.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, Pete Davidson no longer going to space. So
What happened?
Blue Origin said yesterday that they had to delay their mission. So the mission was originally March 23rd. They had to move it to March 29th. And with that shift, not saying that that's the reason for Pete Davidson not going, but they did shift the date. And the company said that means that SNL's Pete Davidson, quote, is no longer able to join the NS-20 crew on this mission. The company did say they will announce Pete's replacement in the coming days. They did not disclose the ticket price for paying passengers. So is this because maybe it worked into his schedule?
Because he's
he could
filming a
go?
horror movie right now.
God, could you imagine? Like,
Oh,
there's a lot of things. There's a
no.
lot of ways work screws you out of like real cool stuff. Like, I can't get the day off. I got to work.
Yeah.
Could you imagine and not being able to go to space because you got to go into work? Could you imagine that?
Bro. Okay, not on the same level.
Yeah.
But to this day, I still think about how work prevented me from attending an event that I'd been looking forward to and then ended up being monumental.
What event?
WrestleMania 18.
Come on, not the same thing.
In Toronto, where the main event was The Rock and Hulk Hogan. Yesterday was the 20th anniversary of that event.
Same.
And I got tickets, and
Yeah.
I had to work that day.
To me, it's the same.
And
damn it.
I gave those tickets to my sisters.
You did?
I gave them to my sisters, who
Oh,
then
my
went.
God.
And I remember, like, the WWE had sent me the tickets. They had sent me like a T-shirt, like this promotional package. Yeah, and I still have the T-shirt at home. And like every year on the date, the anniversary of that historical match.
Yeah.
So I know what Pete Davidson's going
I'm
through.
telling you, I hope that over the weekend, Pete Davidson reactivates his Instagram just so you can DM him. Same girl, same.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Pete Davidson not going to space on Blue Origin. The flight, the rocket was supposed to take off on March 23rd. It is now being pushed to March 29th. So I guess that has something to do with it. The people at Blue Origin had said that Pete Davidson is no longer able to join the crew on this mission. They will announce his replacement in the coming days. Now, one thing that Pete Davidson did say during all those texts that were going back and forth between Pete and Kanye that were released earlier in the week, everybody focused on the selfie in bed when Kanye was like, "Where are you right now?" And Pete said, "In bed with your wife." And then he sent him the picture. There was another part of that where Pete at the end was talking about how he has prevented jokes from being told. Now, whether that's on SNL or Friends in stand-up or whatever it is, but Pete had said he's doing his part by telling people not to goof on this and on Kanye and on the custody stuff.
Because it's a very easy thing
else.
for people who work at SNL.
Right.
It's a very easy thing to write and then perform.
I don't think that Pete Davidson should have that kind of power on that show. But anyway, so with that, Chris Redd from SNL is doing an interview on the Jesse Cagle show on Sirius XM, talking about how he is sitting on a chest full of Kanye jokes that he hasn't told yet. Listen to this.
Well, when it comes to Ye, I'm always of the mind that I'll make fun. Look, I was raised joking. You clown. You clown people. That's kind of how we come up. Me and Ye from the same place. We know the same people. But at the same time, there is a serious layer to that situation that I just won't make fun of. I'm not making fun of his mental health. I have my mental health issues myself, so I'm very aware of those things, and I never come from that place of making fun of that specifically. His irresponsibility of it is what I make fun of, but in his ego. But it's never those things. And then when it comes to I've been on the phone with our mutual friends, and when it's gotten really public and tight, it's just better not to put your friend in a weird situation by antagonizing a situation more than you need to. But I'm really tired of sitting on these jokes though. So I hope they figure that out soon, because I ain't got nothing to do with none of this. So
you're like, leave me out of this, right?
Yeah, man. So I think Pete's handling it well, and he's starting to talk again, and he's handling that well. So I think these jokes gonna start flying soon.
It's tough though, because when you talk about Kanye and wanting to joke, about his ego but not about his mental health, when it's Kanye West, where do you draw that line? Where does mental health stop and ego begin, and vice versa?
But it hasn't stopped them before from making fun of other people.
Well, I know.
But I think it's different when that fine line between, especially when it's Kanye and the talk of mental health.
Well, and also,
no, I think the difference is
right?
this time it's involving somebody on their actual cast.
No, it's a difference. Is that the question is, do you want to be poking light at somebody who is legitimately harassing their ex-wife?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Kanye weaponizes a lot right now. He's
Sure.
weaponizing mental health. He's weaponizing fatherhood. He's weaponizing all of that stuff right now, right? He's perfectly comfortable going online, threatening people, doing all sorts of different things. The second he gets a little bit of heat thrown his way, all of a sudden he's upset. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, calling Trevor Noah that thing. That
Yeah.
called
Oh,
Trevor
my
Noah,
God, right?
Right.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Ed Sheeran, what the hell is Ed Sheeran up to? So Ed Sheeran doing an interview, and he has some sort of mystery project in the works, and I don't know what this is. So listen to Ed Sheeran, the way that he talks about this, and then I want to get your thoughts on it.
I've got something else that's a bit more of a curveball. We've got the first thing of it dropping in 10 days. I don't think it's going to be a massive hit in New Zealand, though. I've got to be honest. It's more going to be a big hit somewhere else. When you hear it, you'll understand. You'll be like, yeah.
Okay, so what does that mean?
Collaboration.
Yeah, but why wouldn't it be a hit in New Zealand? It would be a hit somewhere else. It's Ed Sheeran.
Wait, he said
it's a type of genre of music that New Zealanders don't like.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. What's he doing?
Like country? He's teaming up with a country artist?
Well, there's some heavy metal band that teased something with Ed Sheeran.
Really?
Oh,
yeah.
Ed Sheeran and heavy metal?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah,
now.
hold on.
Just wait. Here.
I'm here for that.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear Ed Sheeran and that beautiful voice on a heavy metal song. Are you kidding me? Of course. Let me hear that range, son.
Hold on now. Give me 1 second here.
Like, is it Ed Sheeran?
It's a
like,
band
Just wait, Maury. Wait.
You found it?
Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second.
Detective Roz Weston.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just give me a sec. Just give me a sec, Maury. Just give me a sec. Okay, hold on here. Let me read you this headline from NME Magazine.
Okay.
Cradle of Filth are looking at, quote, some options for their Ed Sheeran collaboration.
Cradle of Filth?
Yeah. Okay.
Never
now,
heard of them.
Now, do me a favor. Google right now, Cradle of Filth, and take a look at what these guys look like. Have you Googled this band yet, Maury?
I'm going to do it right now.
Deepa?
Cradle
No,
of
I've never heard
Shem?
of them.
I have.
Okay, hold on. Cradle of Filth
Oh my
and
God.
Images.
No.
I swear to God, I see these guys in a nightmare I had recently.
This could be perfect.
No way. These look like villains in a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
So the unlikely pairing was first kicked around last summer after Ed Sheeran said that he was, quote, really into death metal as a kid, adding, I listened to Cradle of Filth and Slipknot and all that stuff. And then Cradle of Filth subsequently revealed that he and Ed Sheeran had been in touch about a potential collaboration and that he was also a massive fan.
Hold on.
Yeah.
This could be really awesome.
Cradle of Filth.
I don't
Yeah.
recommend you playing any right now.
Why?
No. More. Oh, shit. Oh,
Why?
man,
Is it
there's
bad?
It's going to summon demons.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Deepa would literally burst into flames if we played Cradle of Filth. Anyway, so that's what it's looking like it might be. We might get an Ed Sheeran Cradle of Filth collaboration. And by the way, the lead singer of Cradle of Filth is a guy named Danny Filth. In case you're wondering. Oh, wow. Yeah. Ed Sheeran's got to do this. He's got to do this.
This could be awesome.
This is the band. If you're just joining us right now, this is Cradle of Filth. This is the band that Ed Sheeran's reportedly doing a collaboration with.
I am
'Cause Ed
absolutely here for it.
Was a huge fan when he was a kid.
Damn.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Trevor Noah, host of the Grammy Awards, has issued a statement about Kanye West being barred from performing at the Grammys. So after news broke that Kanye's performance had been axed because of, quote, concerning online behavior. This is after he was suspended from Instagram for 24 hours after throwing a racial slur at Trevor Noah. Trevor Noah simply wrote, I said counsel Kanye, not cancel Kanye, is what he had said. And a source close to Trevor Noah, though, however, reiterated that Trevor never asked the Grammys to ban Kanye from performing. They said he was not offended by Kanye's Instagram post, and Trevor responded on Instagram, the notion that Trevor or his team asked the Grammys to ban Kanye is ridiculous. Somebody that is defending Kanye is The Game. The Game went on social media to say time and time again, they show us that they only want to steal the culture, not allow you to ever be their equals, is what he wrote. So
I didn't even know Kanye was going to be a performer.
yeah, because he's got like 5 nominations, right?
Yeah. Because last week when they announced a bunch of...
It wasn't announced. He was
names.
supposed to be a secret. It wasn't a big thing. They were going to
Because
sort
he
of...
wasn't included in that list when
No.
it was like Billie Eilish and BTS and Brandy Carlisle.
Yeah, which is interesting because it took calling Trevor Noah what he called Trevor Noah for them to cancel, but not all the other stuff that he's done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like they still when they were planning out the Grammys, Kanye was still doing his thing with Kim and Pete Davidson and all of that stuff, but none of that bothered anybody.
Yeah.
It was only when he
the host of the show?
It was only when he called Trevor Noah what he called him. Yeah, maybe it's because he was the host of the show. I don't know.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Maury Povich, The Maury Show, coming to an end after more than 30 years on television, debuting back in 1991. I believe it was 98 when everything turned around for Maury, because in 1998 is when Maury Povich did his very first paternity test on the show.
You are not the
And then, of course,
had dudes like dancing on stage and everything.
You are the father.
Also had dudes flipping out, crying on stage.
Today, we're going to be giving paternity tests to the men those mothers believe to be the fathers of their children. And by the end of this hour, no more doubts, no more accusations, just the hard truth. Here's the result. Dana, Sarah is your child.
Maury Povich, by the way, 83 years old, will be retiring after the current season, and this will be its final one. Original episodes will continue to air throughout September. This after NBC Universal also axed Judge Jerry. That was the new Jerry Springer show. It's not
Judge Jerry? I never heard of that before.
Yeah, he had that for a while, but it's not a good time for daytime talk, like this kind of talk. So they also canceled The Good Dish. Nick Cannon was canceled. And as we know, Wendy Williams being replaced by Sherry Shepherd. So a lot of shows that you've watched for a long time. Not
People
around
aren't interested anymore?
Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of these have sort of run their course too, right? Like, Maury's been doing this same thing since he was, since 1991. The man is 83 years old, still doing, you are the father, you are not the father stuff. Like at some point,
Do you remember
sit back and
enjoy retirement?
Enjoy retirement, man.
Do you remember that one show they gave? Well, there was two from Jerry Springer, the security guard, Steve.
Yes, Steve.
Remember?
They gave him his own show,
his own talk show.
Yes.
But also from the boxing world. Remember, there was a referee, a bald-headed referee.
Oh, Mills Lane.
Yeah. Didn't they give him?
Because he was an actual judge, though.
No, he wasn't. Was
yes,
he really?
He was. Yes,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because they gave him his own show, Judge Mills Lane.
Yes,
I didn't know he was a real judge.
Yeah. He was. He was.
I thought it was just a gimmick that they came up with because he was like this famous referee in the boxing world.
No, he was an actual judge, man. Wow.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Weeknd was on The Simpsons over the weekend.
Here's
his, thank you. I tried real hard on that one. Here's his appearance. He does a scene with Bart Simpson.
Having a movie star dad, I don't really get to hang out with regular kids. With you, I can relax, without having to redefine our generation's notion of relaxation. I guess I envy you.
Isn't that something rich people say to poor people so they feel less guilty about being rich?
Yes, but for the first time, I mean it.
Wow. He really sounds like Michael Jackson there.
Was that really him doing the voice?
Yeah.
Really, huh?
Yeah. He kind of sounds like MJ.
But he was playing a kid version of himself, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So because I was like, why is he doing that to us? I'm like, is that the Weeknd sounds?
I guess that's what he's supposed to sound like when you try to pretend that you're a kid.
Yeah. I guess that's how you do it. Can you play that back for me again, please?
Having a movie star dad, I don't really get to hang out with regular kids. With you, I can relax, without having to redefine our generation's notion of relaxation. I guess I envy you.
Isn't that something rich people say to poor people so they feel less guilty about being rich?
Yes, but for the first time, I mean it.
It's a weird thing. It's
a little whispery.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's
weird. It's because it still sounds like a man who's trying to bond with children.
Yeah,
right. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's like the. How would you do that, Maury? How would you do a kid voice as the actor and voiceover professional in the room?
Well, I would have done it a little bit differently.
Okay.
I would have gone,
hey, so like my movie star dad.
Mm-hmm. Continue.
I'm waiting for a reaction. Okay.
Continue.
You're getting it.
But what's the but what's the technique though? Explain like your thought process when doing a children's voice.
Oh,
like
you just have to find the kid within you.
Okay, and how do you do that though?
You close your eyes and picture a child.
Okay. Wow. And then that child sounds like what?
Hey, so like my movie father dad.
Wow. Keep going. One more time.
My movie father dad tells me that it's important.
My movie father dad. Okay.
Nailed it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Shawn Mendes at South by Southwest. So first of all, he's sitting down doing an interview, and he talks about the breakup with Camila Cabello leading into this new song that he performed.
Really?
So here's Shawn Mendes talking about what it's like to be on his own, and then we'll come back and we'll play a clip of the new song he performed.
A lot of the thing that also like is resonating in the lyric for me is like, oh,
You don't realize, like, when you're like breaking up with someone, you like think it's the right thing. It's like you don't realize all the comes after it. Like, which is like, who do I call when I'm like in a panic attack? Who do I call when I'm like on the edge? Like that. You know, and like I think that's the reality that kind of hit me. Is like, oh, I'm on my own now. Now I feel like I'm finally like I'm actually on my own, and I hate that. You know. That's my reality, you know?
Oh, damn, Shawn Mendes.
So here's the track. It's called When You're Gone. Listen to this.
This is called When You're Gone.
Thank you. I just said that.
Try listening, Sean.
Until you're stepping that picture of the only girl that matters. Yeah. I know what we're supposed to do. For me to let go of you, so I'm just trying to hold on. I don't wanna know what it's like when you're gone. I don't wanna move on. I don't wanna know what it's like when you're gone. You're slipping through my fingers.
Wow.
You like it?
Yes. Like sad song lyrics, but damn, this is a nice up-tempo track. It's a nice change. I like it.
Yeah.
Wow. Really good song.
Yeah, I don't
You
mind
like
that
it?
at all. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, that's a great track.
I'm happy for anything that is up tempo where you can hear the drums and you can understand what the guy's saying.
That
and this is to
completely
me it's a
shocked the
great-
hell out of me.
Yeah, it's a great track. I like it a lot. So that is When You're Gone by Shawn Mendes. Obviously talking about Camila Cabello.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
What is going on with Black Panther 2? So there was so much talk of whether you recast Black Panther, whether you don't. And at the beginning, I know everybody was saying, let's not recast Black Panther because Chadwick was just recently deceased. And then people sort of started turning around, you know, coming towards the camp of, you know, maybe you should, right? Maybe we can do this. And maybe that would be the best way to honor Chadwick is to recast it with somebody who's dynamite in the role. I don't know what they're doing with Black Panther 2, but Angela Bassett was she's going to be on the Ellen DeGeneres show today, and Ellen just like tries to get anything out of Angela Bassett about Black Panther 2.
Let's talk about Black Panther. That's got to be really, first of all, I'm glad there's another one, but that's got to be, you know, really tough to go back without Chadwick.
It is. He was such an example, such a leader, amazing talent. We all know that. Big heart, great intellect. And we just hope to just raise the standard, you know.
Can you tell us anything about it?
Not one
single thing. Well, that's not fun.
There will be a Black Panther 2, November. Look for it in November.
All right.
Oh,
wow. That's not anything.
And it will be amazing. Our director, Ryan Coogler, writer, director, perfect leader. It's going to be amazing.
Okay.
It's going to top one.
Wow.
Whoa.
All right.
Damn.
Can I say that?
Well, yes.
Marvel, can I say that?
You did.
Jeez.
Gonna top part 1.
Yeah, so that's big words from Angela Bassett.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Daddy Yankee has stunned fans by announcing that he's retiring from music. He said, today, I'm announcing my retirement from music by giving you my best production and my best concert tour. I will say goodbye celebrating these 32 years of experience with a new collector's item, the album Legend Daddy. I'm going to give you, I know, all the styles that have defined me in one single album. He's 45 years old.
Yo, I was just gonna say, because I'm looking at, I had to look it up to see how old Daddy Yankee is.
Right.
Because to me, he looks like in his 30s or something.
Right.
I had no idea this man was 45.
Yeah.
Like, what's your skin routine, bro?
Yeah, Daddy Yankee, by the way, Despacito, Louis Fonsi, and Justin Bieber. But yeah, no, I didn't know he was 45 either.
Wow.
Because I didn't only heard of him since Despacito. I didn't know. I mean, I'm not a big reggaeton fan.
You would
at
know
all.
that Gasolina.
Yes, that's such a good song.
How does that go?
The Gasolina. Gasolina.
You want to get in on this, Shem?
No, I'm good, man.
No, okay.
Stay out of that.
I don't know that song.
Gasolina.
I don't know that song.
Gasolina.
I don't know that.
Gasolina.
Here, you pause for 1 second. Maybe it's just your version of it. Deepa, let me hear how it goes.
It goes, under the gasolina, under the gasolina.
No, okay, it's the exact same thing Mocha just did. No. What's the song called? Gasoline?
Gasolina.
Gasolina. Oh, okay.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Let's play this really quickly. It's an awesome video of somebody. I don't even know where this happened, this drive-through. Where was this?
This was in the U.S., I believe Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. So somebody goes up to a drive-thru and they're recording because I guess maybe word got out that like the woman on the microphone who's rocking the drive-thru is like super fun, maybe a little bit sassy. So they record the whole thing. This is the best interaction between two people at a drive-thru ever. Every interaction between customer and service sort of provider this is the new level, okay?
Hi, thank you for Popeye. This is Cynthia speaking. Let's keep it popping.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Keeping it real over here. That's what we do. What can I get you, baby?
Let me get a number 8, please.
Spicy or mild?
Spicy.
And what side I'm going talking like it's hot?
Red beans.
Anything else? Cajun rice or coleslaw?
That's it, love. Trying to wash that waistline.
Watch that waistline, you hear me? So that's a 3 spicy tender with the red bean, barbecue sauce. Twerk that thing with strawberry off the rocks, you hear me? 927. Keep it real. Ride it out, baby.
You already know, love.
All right, come around, honey, dumpling.
That, by the way, is in New Orleans.
Is it?
A Popeyes
Popeyes?
drive-thru in New Orleans.
Man, everything needs to be at that
know,
level.
so
Everything needs to be at that
Real,
level.
ride it out, baby.
You already know, love.
All right, come around, honey, dumpling.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.